Hey, it's Helen here, Cheesecake Runner, and today I am joined by Tom Bedford, the race director of Richmond Runfest. Hey Tom, how are you doing?
Hello from Portugal. I'm not showing off, but yeah, we finished our event and I've gone on holiday, so I hope the sound's okay.
It's all right for some. I'm stuck here, and well, it's not raining at the moment, and there is no wind, but we've had some horrendous weather over the last couple of days.
Well, as soon as I heard the pubs were about to be shut, I was gone. So listen, if I had enough warning, so did you.
Okay, right. I'll be done. No, the pubs are still open here in Surrey, so I'll be off for a pint later on today. So tell me about what you got planned for 2021, because I've seen marathon, the Runfest Marathon. So
Yep.
excited.
Yep. No, it's and it might turn out to be the only spring marathon. Certainly in London, certainly in the southeast as well, because there's quite a few races who are moving to, London's obviously moving,
Yeah.
is in October, and I know of a couple of others that are going to probably announce soon. And yeah, no, I think we've gone for the 27th of March, which is a Saturday. We have a lot of we know what we can do. So listen, it's not great now with the second wave and going into it, but
Yeah.
we're consulting. Our health and safety guy, Mesh, is unreal, and we have lengthy conversations, and listen, COVID can go anywhere, and we're not going to put on an event that's not safe and is going to jeopardize our runners or our local community. But with Kew Gardens, we've got a lot of advantages to other races. It's a walled. This year we didn't allow marathon spectators inside to watch the race, but they could come in after. Which is something that we didn't want to do, but it's part of our guidance. And so we've got lots of things that we're very confident. And we've got a plan B. We've got another plan B date, which is only a little bit away. So if we miss it by a little bit, we've got a lot of confidence. And we've got a COVID refund policy for this year now, all there sort of thing. So so the 27th, it will start in Kew Gardens, and we'll be running on the towpath, hopefully going through Hampton Court Palace. And then there might be a slightly different course this year, which I won't spoil it yet, but a better finish. It should be. I'm looking forward to it because we're already London's flattest marathon, but for once, with no Kenyans in London Marathon, will certainly be the fastest spring London Marathon going into next year. So I'm looking forward to that. And the next day we've got the Air 10K.
Yeah.
Air stands for audio.
I've already got a friend who's asking me if I'm doing the marathon and the 10K. We've already said, yeah, we're up for it.
Jeez, that's superhuman. But yeah, no, we'll be coming up with a Laureus medal, a Goddess of Victory medal, audio-inspired running. So you can run with your headphones, listen to your music, and get a guided tour as you run around Kew Gardens. We were meant to be in Richmond Park, but we're going to be in a better venue for it, so you can have the history of the pagoda and everything else. So we're working on that. Potentially a 5K on the Saturday, which you and your friend won't be able to do because you'll be doing the marathon. Sorry, you can't do it all. It's sport. You've got to let some others have some of the fun as well. And we're looking at doing a 5K as well that Saturday if the timing works. It should be. That's our spring event. And then we've just announced, and we're just about to open Sunday or Monday. I'm pushing my staff for Sunday, but it might be Monday that we're actually ready for a bit of hopefully normality back in September. The 11th and 12th of September we'll be back to our normal Richmond Runfest. We will have the Kew Gardens 10K on the Saturday, all inside Kew. We will then hopefully have get all our kids back, working off all of their McDonald's over the winter.
Summer by then.
Yeah, hopefully. And then you don't know what next year's going to bring us.
No, we have no idea.
It just might be a constant winter all year round, and then the end of the world. Our normal 5K evening 5K, where we have a music festival after the Richmond Sundown, and then we'll do our half marathon on the Sunday.
Yeah.
So, and we're working on it because all the marathons have gone from spring to autumn. We're going to open a few questions and see what the response is. We might do a 20 miler on that Sunday, so you can do the half marathon, or if you are training for a London a few weeks later.
Yeah, because Manchester's the week after London, so there's loads of us. I mean, London Marathon Ballot is just closing.
Yep.
Loads of people are going to be excited about that, and then there's all of those spring marathons are going to be lumped into those few weeks. So everyone's going to be looking for a 20.
Yeah, so we'll wait and do that, because the course is perfect for a 20. So without us doing too much. So if our runners want it, we'll sort of look at that, and we'll have a special 2021 20 miler that will bring in for our runners, and hopefully we'll be back in our normal Old Deer Park music festival after, free beer for everyone. Geez, how good would that be? I'm almost tasting it now, the relief, and just back to normal. But fingers crossed. Let's do our bit with COVID first, and then we can get back to it.
Fabulous. I mean, I am super excited. Well, firstly, I want to say a massive thanks again for the Q10K, because on behalf of all the runners out there who came and did it, and all the runners who didn't, who have seen what you've managed to achieve, and now events are beginning to be put on. Well, who knows what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks, but there has been a few, and to know how it kind of works, and to feel it's happening. It's happening.
Listen, let's speak honest. It's not looking great. I think there's going to be quite a few events. I think we hit a nice sweet spot to get our event going. At one point, Q were asking us to do it in October, and I was like, no. Let's do it whilst everything's going well, before the second wave comes and that. So. But listen, it's here. I think going into the winter, we've got to be positive. So hopefully this will be a bit more positive and give people an opportunity to enter a marathon and something to focus for. We're having a conversation after this, talking about maybe doing some virtual medals and some virtual targets to get people going during this winter section. Keep going, people, because it's going to be so easy with it getting dark, and maybe it's good that the pubs are shutting or reducing hours, because we need some targets, and we need to go into January like a little bit fitter. Let's start new year, new you now.
Absolutely.
And let's try
exactly what I'm saying.
We're all in this together, and once you let that if you let that first week slip because of the weather, get some decent clothes now, get some decent lights, and really work your way through it. Adjust your training. I'm sure with your training group, you're adjusting it to shorter runs, shorter efforts, just to get out that door. Even if you turn back after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's okay. Just don't be defeated before you leave that door, and just keep things going, especially whilst parkrun's not with us. And we can go into 2021 hopefully fitter, healthier, and more positive. So fingers crossed.
Good stuff. And it's really great. We're going to be talking about doing some virtual races, because that's a great way to keep people motivated. And I know you do the best medals. I mean, I've got a whole heap of them over here. They're my favorite medals. And so, let's get something going to work on that virtual, and that's going to help us motivate us over the next few weeks. Just keep going. I've got a training group, a beginners runner training group that's going to start very, very soon, starting to think about how to marathon train, what we need to be doing right now and through next year. So we're just starting on that cycle, starting to think about what's happening in next year, and let's start doing that right now. Let's get our heads in the game.
Yeah, especially after the success of the amazing virtual virtual London Marathon, I watched a lot of that in awe on social media, and seeing people thinking of their routes, thinking of their support crew. I mean, look at the weather and look at how many people did it.
It was horrendous.
It was, I felt very sorry. I didn't. I was having a bacon and egg sandwich, watching Elliot and the top runners run in the morning, and I wasn't missing it too much. But yeah, it's certainly inspiring me, and I think it's setting that goal and getting out there is the key to all of this. And it's time to do it now, especially when it's going to get a little bit tougher.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the virtual run was amazing. It really brought people together. And I know London is so difficult to get into. So I know in my community, a lot of people who've been like failing through the ballot for, I had one lady 12 times, but she feels she's run London now because she was with us on the day. And the support of just the community as people were going past. I mean, normally people had, taxis beeping horns because they knew that they were running a race. I was running in Windsor Great Park, and there were just hundreds of us, loads of people. And we were all encouraging each other. How many more miles have you got to go? It was brilliant. It was the running community coming together to do something and feel good about ourselves, even in the horrendous torrential rain. It allowed a lot more people to get involved. And I think if we can get a lot more people involved in running right now, that is a good thing.
Listen, we're going to need it more. We're going to need it more now than ever. Coming out from this, before lockdown, I think we were talking about, some of the negative things and that missing that park run, which is now, in my opinion, the heartbeats of running, especially introduction into running sort of thing. So it is tough out there. People are missing their communities, that motivation, to do these things. So we can do some virtual stuff, it should be good. And fingers crossed, we'll, early in the new year. I don't think it's going to come back before the end of the year, but hopefully we'll get park runs back. And so keep on working and getting anyone who's not with your beginner group or anything like that thinking about it, then get in that group and motivate yourself, let's see out 2020 and go into it with
absolutely.
A bit of positivity.
Boom. Right, before I go, what is it with the sign behind you?
So
I wanted it to be pointed at you, but we talked about that.
Yes. Well, this is a setup but I am in Portugal, and on the way to the airport, I had a meeting at Q, booking in. We've got another surprise that will be announced very soon, but I can't reveal it yet. And it's not for you. You definitely can't enter it. I was on the way out of a meeting at Kew Gardens, and one of our signs was still up on the side. One of our crew hadn't taken it down. So I'm like on the way to the airport, I've got my bags, and I'm like, well, I can't just leave it here for a couple of weeks sort of thing. Okay. And so I took it down. I'm at the airport, overloaded with my, with our weight allowance, but I'm having to put on jackets on top, as you're trying to get in under that 25 kilograms or whatever it is, 23. And, but that's £8. Okay. And it's not just £8, but we're reusing, a sustainable sign. So so it's come with me to Portugal. So I'm going to be out here. We are working at the moment out here, but when we have a holiday, we've got it in our room now, and might as well bring a bit of Richmond wherever you go.
Absolutely, bit of Runfest. I'm always wearing my t-shirts. They go with me wherever I am. Guys, they do the best t-shirts. If you want to get a t-shirt that fits you, Runfest is the place. Anyhow, thanks very much, Tom. Any other messages for everybody?
No, I've spoken too much. I've taken too much of your listening this time. So listen, thanks for everyone who ran this year. Thanks for all your support. We've had the emails that have all come in, and we've replied to them all individually. And we're already working on next year. So hang in there, guys, and we'll all be back to normal soon.
Yee-hee! Cool.
Let's keep it going.
Thanks very much, Tom. Great to chat with you. Take care.
See you later. Bye.